What is up, everybody? This is Killer K-Rail reporting live from my apartment, and I'm going to take a few minutes to talk to you about this really cool movie I saw last night. I saw the actual premiere of this movie called Eating Our Way to Extinction. So, this movie goes into detail about just how bad the livestock and the farming of fish and everything across the whole entire world is affecting our environment and polluting the environment and causing the globe to heat up and cause all these different bad weather patterns and all these different problems with the food supply. So let me just backtrack a little bit about my past history. I am currently Flexitarian. I am proud to say that, and I will say it every single day of the week as long as I'm Flexitarian. There was a time where I spent about 8 to 9 months being pure vegan, and I had no animal products whatsoever. And then when I fractured my arm last summer, I changed my tune. I went back to eating a little bit of meat here and there, and I kind of have adopted that eating strategy once again. So when I say I'm flexitarian, that means I have eggs once in a while, maybe every 4 or 5 days. Sometimes I'll have chicken. Sometimes I will have salmon. I very rarely eat red meat. I eat that maybe once every 6 months, maybe once a year. And all the rest of the time, I'm predominantly plant-based and vegan. And my reasons for that, I'll get to in a second. But let's go to the movie. So they were adamant about how destructive the production of livestock is in these feedlots and stuff. Now, I drove across the country several times, coming from Pennsylvania back out here to Utah and back and forth. And I remember specifically driving through Iowa and I think it was Nebraska, and I literally saw some of these feedlots. And literally it was like cow, side by side for like 50 miles long. And as far as you can see on both sides of the road, out deep into the wilderness, which once was there, you see cows and you see like slop and filth on the ground. And it smelled bad, it looked bad, and it just felt bad to be in that area. And the sky was kind of cloudy in that area, I noticed as well. So what's ended up happening is, now take this with a grain of salt. I'm not sitting here telling you absolutely go 100% plant-based vegan right now on the spot and drop everything you're doing and put the fork down and walk away from the steak and potatoes, not the potatoes, but the steak and the eggs and the chicken and the turkey. What I'm telling you is they had a really good case last night in this movie I saw about how destructive this stuff is for the environment, how bad it's polluting everything, and what we can do to pitch in to help improve the situation. Now, according to this movie, by the year 2030, our water supply is going to get so devastated that we're going to have a hard time getting clean water. They were saying our food supply is going to get devastated so bad that we're going to have a hard time too. And they were saying like it takes 660 gallons of water to formulate one hamburger. And maybe it was a Big Mac or something like that. They made some kind of reference to a fast food chain. 660 gallons. And they said that's the equivalent of taking a shower for 2 months straight without stopping. So if you just put that in perspective, that's a lot of water usage to have a hamburger or a cheeseburger. Think about a steak. Think about having meat all the time. Now, again, these movies, understand something. Again, I am all about preserving the environment. I pick up trash all the time. I do everything I can to recycle, reduce, reuse. Everything I have in my apartment is made from like bamboo and hemp and like all these recyclable materials and products. And I'm a huge advocate for preserving the environment. But when you watch these movies, you got to take into consideration that they're really trying to hammer their point home hard. So they're going to go to great lengths to make you believe what they're saying. So does it take 660 gallons to make a cheeseburger or a hamburger? I'm not in the factory. I'm not in the production area. So I don't know how true that is. It makes sense that it takes a lot of water to do that. But what they were saying was the water isn't necessarily to give the cow water to drink. It's the feed required to give the cows. So what's happening is the land across the country, across the world, is getting devastated to build the feedlots for the animals, but also to grow crops that are genetically modified. Soy was the main thing they were talking about, and I think it was corn, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm big against genetically modified organisms because it's against Mother Nature, and your body does not recognize that stuff, in my opinion. It just makes sense to me. That's why I'm against it. So the bottom line is, they're advocating go plant-based, go vegan, eat plants instead of meat and all this stuff. And they showed some statistics on the increase of vegans over the past couple of years. And I'm telling you, it's going like this. It's skyrocketing, which is good news. And I mean, you go to fast food chains and you find the Impossible Burger, you find Beyond Meat burgers, you find chicken alternatives. Anywhere you go, all restaurants are now starting to have vegan options. So what I'm telling you is this. Excess is the problem, in my opinion. This is my take-home message of this whole movie and the whole problem with everything in the whole world right now. Excess is the problem. Is one beer going to hurt you? No. Is 2 beers going to hurt you? Probably not. If you drink a 6-pack of beer every single night of the week, is it going to hurt you? Hell yeah. If you drink an entire bottle of wine every single night of the week, is it going to hurt you? Hell yes. If you have 1 glass of wine twice a week on alternating days or non-consecutive days, is that going to hurt you? Nope. So here's the deal. Here's my take-home message. This is Killer K-Rail being straight up with you. My suggestion is be more cognizant of how much meat you're actually eating because it does have an impact on the environment. Be cognizant of every time you step outside and try to pick up at least 1 piece of trash a day. Think of the contribution that could have. If everyone in the whole world picked up 1 piece of trash a day, think of the impact that would have. Over time, that would compound and it would become huge. Now, if you go to the meat angle, which this movie was trying to talk about, and everyone in the whole world cut down on their meat consumption and just regulated it and treated it much like alcohol and had it in moderation, say twice a week, you had a cheeseburger or you had a chicken breast or something like that, instead of like 3 meals a day, 5 meals a day, 6 meals a day, or something along those lines, and we all just like scaled it back and just contributed by having a little bit of meat a couple times a week and then plant-based the rest of the time. That, my friend, would have a massive global impact in a very short amount of time. So my request to you is to adopt something like I'm doing, the Flexitarian diet, and have meat once in a while, have eggs once in a while, have chicken once in a while. Make sure to get the cleanest form you could possibly have as well. They said there was no difference between organic and conventional meat when it comes to the carbon footprint and the pollution that occurs across the planet and the world. I'll give them that. That's probably true. But if you go to the local farmer down the street, like Neiman Ranch, which we have down here, I know it's antibiotic-free, it's hormone-free. The cows are out there grazing. I see them out in the pastures eating the grass. I know it's clean. I know it's a good product. So if you are going to eat meat or a meat product, try to get the cleanest, most purest, most organic form that you possibly can, and try to cut your meat consumption down. You can get all the amino acids you need. You can stay ripped. You can get big. You can get bulky. You're not going to die. You're not going to go into catabolic states if you don't eat meat 14 times a day. Trust me on that. Okay, so that's my report on eating, what was it called again? Eating Our Way to Extinction. I highly suggest you watch the movie because I would love to know your take on it too. And if any of you have seen it, shoot me a message. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't seen it, watch it and let me know what you think. Until next time, this is Killer K-Rail reporting live from my apartment. Make it a great day. Make it a great Friday. Make sure to go out and pick up your 1 piece of trash today. Make sure to do at least one thing beyond your comfort zone. Always live in the present moment and do at least one good deed today and every day thereafter without asking for anything in return. That is the golden key to life, my friends. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.